JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 10th of August 2021. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation. It should not be considered as such and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening with the technical picture here on the markets. But before, as always, before we jump in, quick mentioning, of course, of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yep, check us out here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top, guys. So the first one I want to pick up here is, of course, Nikkei 225. Just a quick update on where we are on this index. Basically, we had a nice good push today to the upside, so that's great. Good news here for the bulls. We pushed higher. We jumped also above this 21-day EMA, as you can see, but by the end of the kind of trading session, the index drifted back down and remained below that 21-day EMA. This means that the market participants are a little bit careful here with the upside. So although there is still positivity in the market, traders are being very careful and cautious here. So for now, I'll stick to the same game plan, the one that I mentioned yesterday, that I would like to see maybe at least a break of this little short-term tentative downside resistance line taken from the high of the 15th of June. A break of it may open the door towards some higher levels, but at the moment, I mean, the index might continue trading here slightly below it and still above the 200-day EMA, together with this 27,385 zone. So let's see where this index is going to break out to. But again, for now, I'm going to be very careful here on this one. Like I said, as you can see, the strong push today happened to the upside, but by the end of the trading session, the index got brought back below the 21-day EMA. Shanghai Composite, and this one's looking a little bit more reassuring. I mean, this one's pushing higher. This continues to trade above this upside support line, which of course initially it broke to the downside. Here it traveled lower, it found support near the lowest point of March, around that area, and then kind of reversed back to the upside. And this is what I said to you previously, that if the upside line will continue to provide resistance somehow, then basically another slide here could be possible. However, if the index pushes back above the if the index pushes back above this upside line and climbs above the 21-day EMA as well, not to mention, of course, this barrier here, the 3,470 zone, then yep, there is a possibility to see this one pushing further north. And so far so good. You can see that yesterday, for example, we pushed higher. We tested this other target of mine, the 3,503 territory right here, which previously acted as a good area of support. Now it took the role of resistance. The index today pushed above this barrier, so this way kind of indicating that the positivity is still there. We are back above basically all of the EMAs here on the daily chart, so let's see how this is going to play out. Of course, certainly I would previously I talked about this target right here, the 3,576, but let me just kind of redo this a little bit here. Basically, at the moment, what I'm going to be keeping an eye on is this. So this little short-term tentative downside resistance line taken from the high of the 28th of June, and in a way I'm just gonna target that one for now because I want to see what's gonna happen here, if we're gonna break that or not. If not, then well, I mean, another slide here might be possible, but if we do, then certainly yes, of course, higher levels could be met, but at the moment, like I said, let's go slowly on this one. The index is still trading, so we still have around 50 something minutes left of trading here on this index, so let's see if we can actually go ahead this week and reach this downside line. Now jumping into the German index DAX, and yesterday it failed to create a new all-time high. It came close again to reaching that all-time high. This all-time high is roughly around that 15,811 zone, approximately around there. You can see that on Friday last week, the index did come close to that level again, but fell shy just by a few points of reaching it, and reversed back to the downside. Yesterday, the index closed fractionally in the red, but still remained above this highlighted territory, the one that I talked about with you guys, and that area is roughly around that 15,700 territory. So looking at the cash index right now, we'll see that the price is trading above that area here still. So in a way, this idea could still work out, the one that I mentioned to you yesterday, that if this area somehow continues to provide support, then yes, another rebound here might be possible. Even if it drops below this area, this highlighted territory, certainly yes, this could increase the DAX's chances of drifting lower a little bit. But if it drifts lower but still remains somewhere above this upside support line taken from the low of the 19th of March, there is still hope that the bulls could step in and drive this one back up here, because again, this move lower might be still classed as a temporary correction. The Euro Stocks 50, guys, and something that I didn't look for quite a while at, but basically let me just remove some of these lines, or actually let me just recycle this one, yep, looking at this picture here, you can see that we are still trading above some of these tentative upside lines, so in a way there is still hope that the index could continue pushing further north. If we take a look at this picture here, I mean, if you're thinking that we are at the all-time highs, well, actually no, because the all-time high on this index was in 2000. So in March here, if I'm not mistaken, there we go. So basically, for now, looking at this picture, I would say that we still have plenty of room where to climb, basically in order, let's say, to reach the previous, let's say, these previous highs. But again, we'll go slowly on this one. If we look at this picture, you can see on this is a monthly chart. You can see that since February of this year, the index continued to climb higher, although it did have these little kind of small drops here, but it continued to rally and continues to climb higher. Now, certainly, some of you, or some of the bears, I would say, are hoping for a bit of a corrective move here to the downside. However, at the moment we have not received that signal yet, so as you can see, we're currently kind of getting a hold up near this inside swing low of the which is the lowest point of November of 2007, and that level is around the 4,176 zone. So so we're currently kind of stalling here. If we clear that levels, yep, we do have some much better areas to go and test. For example, like this one, the 4,500 and 503, approximately around there. And that's the high of the third of this. Oh, sorry, not the third, but that's the highest point of December of 2007. So that's where we are right now at, and of course, if you remember, I mean, after we had this nice good rally here from from 2003 up until 2007. Well, unfortunately, we had that little, not little, but devastating drop here, and as you are aware. But basically, for this one here, I mean, looking at this picture, yeah, certainly there are some hopes for maybe a bit of a corrective move here to the downside, like for example we had last year. But again, at the moment, nothing is stopping this index of traveling maybe all the way here towards these the highest point of 2007, for example, near the 4,573 zone, and then we could see where it goes from here. But again, like I said, long story short, for now, guys, looking at this picture on the even on the daily chart, you can see that yes, we are continuing to climb higher. Certainly, at some point, we will get that little corrective move here lower. But again, at the moment, we don't really have that. We didn't have that signal yet. Jumping into the Dow Jones Industrial Average, so yesterday it came very close to reaching the all-time high again. The current all-time high is roughly around that 35,247 territory. Yesterday we came very close to testing that level, and then we kind of failed to reach it and reversed to the downside. So if we take a look at the cash index right now, we'll see that the price is trading at around 35,058 zones. So that's below yesterday's close, but still above that 21-day EMA. And as you can see here, that 21-day EMA kind of was doing its job recently and was providing support. If it breaks that and stays below that 21-day EMA, then a bit of a larger correction here to the downside might be possible. Now, quickly on DXY, the dollar index continues to push north. So I talked about this one yesterday, and I said that as long as it kind of stays above this little short-term tentative upside line here, taken from the low, the 4th of August, then yes, I'll continue aiming higher. And previously, last week, I've mentioned also that if we pop above this 92.32 territory, then my next target could be this the highest point of July near the 93.19. And yep, it seems that we are slowly grinding towards that level. But again, let's not rush into anything for now. Let's go slowly, step by step on this one. Yes, I am aiming for that level, but given that we had already quite a steep up move here, then maybe at some point we could see that little corrective move here to the downside. But as I said, keep your eyes on this little short-term tentative upside line. If we break that and we fall somewhere below this little hurdle here, and not this one, but let me just get rid of it, but this one right here, and that level is the 92.32 zone. If we fall back below it, then we could maybe consider a bit of a move to the downside. Gold certainly is not really liking the stronger dollar here, but again, looking at this picture, you can see that yesterday, for example, we did drift lower. I said to you yesterday when we were kind of stuck just slightly below that 1750 territory, I said that if this area somehow continues to provide resistance, then another slide might be possible, and this is what we had. We had a push towards that area, but we failed to reach the 1750 zone, and then kind of drifted back down. We moved lower. We ended up kind of pushing towards this 1723 zone, 23, 24 area, approximately around there, marked by the low of the 13th of April, and we stayed above it. Now what I would like to see here is, of course, I would like to see a continuation move to the downside here, but again, let's not forget that the market doesn't do what we want it to do, so let's see how this is going to play out. And to be honest, given the sharp drop that we already saw here, maybe a bit of a corrective move higher could be possible here. So let's say if it climbs back up here, and again the 1750 territory continues to provide resistance, then we could see that slide to the downside. And or if, let's say, in case this decides not to travel back to the 1750 territory, I will get comfortable a little bit more with the downside if we drop somewhere below this 1724 zone. And then, yes, my next target could be not this one right here. Let me just get rid of this line. But ideally, of course, I would like to aim for this lowest point of March near the 1677 territory, but there could be a level here and slightly lower, sorry, not this one, but somewhere around here. There we go. So as you can see, back here on the 29th of March and then on the 1st of April, this area did provide support temporarily here, and yep, this 1705-06 area, approximately around there, could be that next little target here. So like I said, that's in case if we fall straight away below that 1724 zone, and then yep, like I said, I'll aim for this level in just for the beginning. I can see in chat room here, good morning to you too, Evo. I hope you're having a wonderful start of this day. The same applies to everybody else who's joining this video, guys. So yep, good. I hope you're all feeling fresh and ready for Tuesday. But yeah, coming back to the charts here, quickly on silver. Silver also doing a similar move here as gold, but again, you can see that it stayed below this lowest point of March near the 23.78 zone, and yep, we're currently this morning seeing a bit of a corrective move higher, which to be honest is quite healthy. But if this area somehow continues to provide resistance, then certainly yep, something like this could be possible. And let me just excuse me guys for my voice. Basically this area here, that's what we're going to be keeping a close eye on, and if this area does the job and continues to provide resistance, then certainly yes, we could aim for slightly lower levels again, one of which could be this current lowest point of this week near the 22.39 level. A quick update on WTI oil. So yep, we managed to reach my target here. As you can see, yesterday I talked about this, and I said to you that if we stay below this 67.58 territory, then my next target is the lowest point of July near the 65.11. As you can see, we managed to reach that, almost managed to reach that, just fell shy by just a few points here. I think it was like something like 6 points here or something like that. So, but to be honest, it's a good achievement, good result. So we always aim for the area, not actually a specific number. So but basically we can say that this is a good result here. So now what could happen? Certainly the weakness is still there, and especially if the dollar continues to rise higher, to move higher, then yes, oil could feel the heat here a little bit. But from the technical side here, I mean, what I would like to see here now is, in order to consider further declines, I would like to see a nice good drop below the 65.11 territory. If we do that, then this will confirm a forthcoming lower low, and my next target will be this 61.58 territory, marked by the lowest point of May, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's correct, the lowest point of May, and that is around the 200-day EMA as well. So good potential target, but for that we need to see a push below the 65.11 zone. For the upside, now this is where the tricky bit here is, and to be honest, it could require a bit of waiting time. So I would prefer actually to wait for a push back above this area, above the 70.43 and 70.79 zones, between these levels, and also at the same time, if we climb above these two levels, then certainly it would place the commodity above the 21-day EMA, and potentially more buyers could join in. However, let's also, in that situation, let's not forget that we still could be trading below this downside line. So this is something to keep an eye on. Ethereum. So continues after, let's say, a good rebound here near this 1700 level. It pushed higher, it traveled higher. Then what I said to you, that if we climb higher but find a good hold up near this downside line here, taken from the high of the 20th of May, we could see maybe a nice reversal back down. Again, the break happened, so yep, this is where the alternative scenario started working out, and we pushed further above this 2410 zone, and now we can see that we are sitting just slightly kind of below this this level right here, the 3,200 territory, or I would say even 3,199 to be specific. We are struggling with that barrier for now. However, let's not forget that basically there is still positivity here, and well, I mean, we could continue rallying. So even if we see a bit of a move lower here, that we'll class that as a temporary correction. However, if you're a little bit more on the careful and cautious side, then just wait for a push above this 3,199 territory, and then yes, if we clear that level, then we could aim for higher levels, and one of those levels could be this one right here, the high of the 19th of May. And that's roughly around the 3,443 zone. Now jumping into a few pairs, AUD and ZD, this one's quite attractive here right now. You can see that after a nice decent decline that we had here, the pair is trying to go back to the upside. We are trading below a bunch of downside lines, although tentative ones, but nevertheless downside lines here. So one of which is this one, taken from the high of the 29th of March. Then we also have this one taken from the high of the 18th of June, and also we have a bit of a steeper one here taken from the high of the 13th of July. So basically, if you can see that we are kind of coming closer to this downside line, the steeper one. If we break that, certainly yes, we could go for some higher levels, but to be honest, still, I mean, as you can see, we are kind of trading below these other ones, and in a way, if we do see a move higher here, this move higher could still be classed as a temporary correction. So for now, let's go slowly, step by step on this one. For now, what I'm keeping an eye on here is, of course, this downside line. If it provides resistance, then yep, another slide could be possible. If we break that, and if we climb somewhere, maybe actually, I would say that if we break that, then we could go for some higher levels. And I'm just going to keep an eye on this downside line, the steeper one, and then slowly, I'm going to start aiming for those slightly higher levels. You can see the chat room here. Erica, good morning to you too. I hope you're having a wonderful start of the day as well. So yep. Jumping into USD JPY very quickly, guys, before I run out of time. So looking at this picture, yep, you can see that, well, we can already even see that we broke this little short-term tentative downside line. We're currently trading above it, and we're approaching that high of the 26th of July near the 110.58. A nice good clear break above that level may open the door towards the highest point of July near the 111.66 zone. GBP CAD very quickly. Now this one's quite interesting as well, because it seems that the pair is coiling up here. Let's see if this is gonna work out or not. So basically, for now, we are still we're currently testing this upside support line taken from the low of the 5th of July. We're still trading below this downside line here, taken from the high of the 19th of July. So in a way, I would say that if we clear one of those lines, then yes. We could consider the next short-term directional move. So for now, of course, we are closer to this upside support line here. Let's see if we can break that, and if we do break it, and then we also fall somewhere below this little territory here in the low of the 5th of July, near the 1.7376, then yes, we could consider maybe a bit of a decline here. Euro against the Russian ruble, this is something that I like to look at sometimes, these exotic pairs, and as you can see, we are quite technical here sometimes. So on this pair, we are approaching this key support territory near this 86 zone, and well, I would say like this, that if you want to aim for lower levels, then probably wait for a break of this area, and then yes, lower levels could be met. We could then start initially aim for this low, the 85.6450 territory, somewhere around there, or if that gets cleared, certainly yes, there are a bunch of other levels to watch out for. And yeah, for now, let's see how all this is going to play out. But for now, guys, everything's looking quite promising, and yeah, if well, promising for the sellers, of course, and if we clear this level, then yes, more of them could join in. For now, also don't forget that we're trading still below this downside resistance line taken from the high of the 21st of April. Now jumping into EURUSD, guys, and here the pair, well, continues to slide, and as what I mentioned yesterday, that if we drop below this 1.1752 territory, my next target will be this 1.1704, marked by the lowest point of March. So far we are on the right track. We are aiming for that level, and like I said, yep, if we continue to trade below this 1.1752 territory today, then yeah, like I said, it could be a good chance for this pair to reach this lowest point of March near the 1.1704. For the upside, I would say that well, I would actually prefer maybe to wait for a move back above the 21-day EMA, back above this 1.1830 territory. However, this up move here could still be limited, because let's not forget that we are still trading below this tentative, of course, but still nevertheless a downside resistance line. So yeah, guys, that's it for the session. I hope you really found it useful. I really appreciate your views, guys, your likes, your comments. I really do. So thank you very much for joining in and participating. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much. If you want to join me tomorrow morning, as always, at my Traders Espresso, that's 6 o'clock GMT time. For now, have a wonderful trading day. Have your stop losses in place, and everything will be fine. So thank you very much, guys, and bye-bye.